Hey, I'm Lee, and today I'm making cream rice. I love baking, I love making desserts, and out of every dessert I make, this is my husband's favourite, and it's so doable camping. It's perfect for when you want something sweet. And it's really simple, few ingredients, cheap to make, and if you use long life milk, you don't even need anything refrigerated. So let's get cooking. So into a saucepan, I put a half a cup of rice. I'm using a Boreo rice, and a half a cup of water. I've tried it with basmati rice, it's got a weird texture. So sushi rice, Boreo rice, any short grain starchy rice works perfect. Now once that's come to the boil, I add 3.5 cups of milk. I want it creamy, so I'm using full cream milk. And a half a cup of cream. I've got some long life cream here. Now, if you want to skip the cream, you can totally just add 4 cups of milk. Now I give that a little stir. I bring it to the boil, and then I gently simmer it for about 30 minutes or so, stirring quite frequently. So while the rice is gently simmering away, I have to stir it frequently anyway. I decided to make some apples to go with it because I had a few apples just sitting around. So I'm going to cook these, and I'm going to serve buttered caramelized apples on the side, and these again are super easy. So I'll just peel some apples, and then I'm just going to sort of like dice them. Now I put a fry pan on the stove on a sort of moderately low heat, and remember to stir your cream rice just while it's cooking so it doesn't get stuck on the bottom. So once my pan has been heating up for a couple of minutes, I add a knob of butter, and I'll wait till that foams up a bit, and then I'll add the apples. In with the apples. And now I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar on top. Couple of tablespoons because I want them nice and sweet and buttery. And then I'm going to cook them over a low heat for about the same time as the cream rice. The apples have only been cooking for a few minutes, and they're getting some lovely colour on them. So you also have to stir these or shake the pan frequently so none of those pieces get burnt. They're looking beautiful. So the rice has got about 10 minutes left, and it's looking so creamy and delicious. Any skin that forms, I just stir it in because I think that's all flavoured personally. And my apples are beautiful and brown and caramelized, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the apples to soften them a little bit, and I'll bring it back to the boil and continue to cook them so they get lovely and soft. So the rice has been cooking for about 25 minutes. I just tasted a grain and it's nice and soft, and that's nearly ready. For the last 5 minutes of cooking, I'll put the sugar in, which is 1/4 cup of sugar, and I'll stir that in and cook that for another 5 minutes, and then it's ready. Now at this stage you could add vanilla essence, but my husband doesn't like cream rice with vanilla. He said it takes it away from the rice taste, so I don't add vanilla. Meanwhile, the apples have absorbed all that water I put in, and I'm going to do one final thing. I've made a really thin cornflour slurry, and I'm just going to add that to the mixture with a little tiny bit more water to make it nice and glossy. I'll add just a little bit more water, and I'll turn off the heat on them because they're done. They look beautiful. It's been 5 minutes and my rice is well and truly ready. So I'll turn it off and that will thicken as it cools down a bit. So I let the rice cool down for about 5 minutes and as you can see it's so creamy. So I'll put some into the bowls. I've melted a little bit of butter. So my husband's favourite way is with melted butter and cinnamon sugar, which is really decadent and delicious. But I'll have some of these beautiful caramelized apples. And just because, a bit more cream. What a delicious dessert. Can't wait to try it. A little bit of everything. So creamy, so delicious. And the apples are amazing. Sometimes the simple things are the best. And handy hint, if your saucepan's really stuck on the bottom and hard to clean, a tablespoon of salt with cold water, leave it overnight, next morning bring it to the boil and it'll come off super easy. Thanks so much for watching, see you next time.